Hi everyone, it is so good to be back. I missed being on YouTube. We went on a brief hiatus for a couple months here on Career Survival Guide. So much has happened in the past couple months, not only with the pandemic, but also I got a new job. So I figured with this first video back, I would take you to work with me. So if you want to know what it's like to be a TV host in Seattle, especially during a pandemic, then keep watching. Time to go to work. If you're new to the channel, my background is in journalism. I covered state legislation and later technology, but I quit my job in 2019. And at the time, I thought it would be a permanent departure from news until the hiring manager for this job reached out. That happened around February. I host Crosscut now on KCTS 9, which is Seattle's PBS station. I actually grew up watching this channel as a kid, which makes this job even more special to me. They reached out to me on LinkedIn, and once we hopped on a call, it seemed like a really interesting opportunity at a really interesting company. It's a nonprofit news company, so they don't really rely on advertisers. And they're not like the NBC or CBS affiliates in that they're not all about breaking news. The way it was explained to me is that it's more about deeper analysis and context to help people understand how they can shape their communities for the better. And I think that's a really great goal to aspire to. I also thought it was cool that they have a race and equity committee. As you know from watching my other videos, it's really important that any company I work for prioritizes diversity and equity. That's become a non-negotiable for me. And I have a lot of colleagues who are really pushing for inclusion in hiring, which is amazing. The presence of the race and equity committee alone was actually a big selling point for me to accept an offer here. So this is the newsroom. It's pretty empty right now, as you can see. I started working here in March, right when the coronavirus stay-at-home orders were in full swing. We're filming this vlog in July now, and I still haven't met most of my coworkers in real life. I've mostly met them on Zoom. Really, the only folks I get to see in person when I come into the office are the production crew, as well as my supervisor, Steven. This is Difan. We're vlogging.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Can just once a week, whenever we want to do it.
Okay.
So.
That's all right.
Okay.
All right. I will just powder really
Okay,
quickly,
good.
and we'll be on our way.
Good.
At this point, my producer and supervisor, Steven, is getting some things ready outside, so I usually take this time before the shoot to do some touch-ups and, just make sure that I'm not shiny. That's like my main goal in doing touch-ups, because those lights can really make you shine like a disco ball. A lot of people don't know that TV news reporters usually have to do their own hair and makeup. I did ballroom dancing as a kid, competitive ballroom dancing, and then I competed in pageants, so it's actually kind of fun for me. But a lot of people don't know that. It's like you have 3 jobs. I usually don't wear red lipstick, but when you're on TV, you get really washed out by those lights. So I try to wear something a little bit brighter so that I look more alive. All right, and we can head out now. In normal circumstances, we would be shooting several days in a week, but because of the pandemic, it makes more sense for us to stack shoots on one day. So that's why I'm switching blazers, because not all of these episodes will air in one day. So it's nice to have a little bit of variety.
Okay. Anytime.
And 3, 2, I'm Starla Sampaco in the Crosscut KCTS 9 newsroom. Landlords argue it's the state's responsibility to subsidize renters, not theirs. There's another clip edge within view. Evictions are paused, but rent payments are not, and any debts accrued will eventually come due.
Nice to meet you, Difan.
Nice to meet you too. Bye.
Yay! How'd you enjoy your first job shadow and shoot?
So great, but I'm so nervous.
You're fine. Well, that is a wrap. We are done with today's shoot, so I'm gonna go home now. But if you have any questions about what it's like to work in TV and media, or any career questions in general, then shoot them down below or send me a DM on Instagram so I can answer them in another video. Thanks so much for watching.